The Earth is neither bounded nor spherical. The Earth is flat, motionless, and infinite. On the flat, real and infinite Earth there are a very large number of territories similar to our Earth. There is a magnetic center in the middle of the territory. A luminous celestial object, which we call the Sun, revolves above the territory and around the magnetic center. At least two such territories are right next to us. Because the Earth is not a sphere, the South Pole does not exist, and Antarctica is a giant wall of ice with an average height of about 45 meters that lies on the entire outer circumference of our Earth. Beyond Antarctica are new lands. Lately, more and more documents are appearing, such as photos and videos taken in China and North America, in which two suns appear instead of one. One of them is our sun, while the other is the sun that belongs to the neighboring Earth. It is not about the optical illusion in which three lights appear, one in the middle which is the sun and two sides which by being halves of the sun. This is an optical phenomenon. The two suns that appeared in China and North America are two distinct and real suns. The world's authorities are well aware that the Earth is flat. You can see this by looking at their flags, emblems and logos on which the Earth is represented flat. Knowing that the Earth is flat, the authorities have always suspected that beyond the high ice walls of Antarctica are new territories. Antarctica does not exist on these flags, emblems and logos. The United Nations flag is divided into 33 regions. 33 is the highest degree of Freemasonry that can be granted only to Masonic masters in the Masonic group Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. The United Nations is in fact the headquarters of the world occult. This site was built on land donated by 33rd degree Freemason John Davison Rockefeller Jr., January 29, 1874, May 11, 1960. 33rd degree Masonic masters are considered enlightened and become members of the Enlightenment group. Numerous expeditions were organized to reach the southern polar region, set foot on Antarctica, and build colonies on this continent. Between 1946 to 1947 it was held under U.S. patronage. Operation High Jump, OP-HJP, which resulted in the largest expedition to Antarctica. This operation began in August 1946, was organized by Admiral Richard E. Byrd, and was co-financed by the Rockefeller House. An army of 5,000 men, 13 ships and 26 aircraft took part in the operation. On his return home, Admiral Richard E. Byrd gave televised interviews in which he revealed that beyond the South Pole was a larger continent than North America. Because he said more than he should, he was hospitalized and killed at the behest of his older Masonic brothers. Antarctic activity is governed by the Antarctic Treaty and about 200 additional agreements signed by several countries around the world. The articles of the Antarctic Treaty have excellent strategic objectives, such as that Antarctica should always be used for peaceful purposes and for the benefit of all mankind. From a very wide historical experience, everyone knows that everything that the authorities formulate in writing, treaties or laws, is dust in the eyes of the people. There are many indications that exploring Antarctica is severely limited by the need for a permanent Antarctic military personnel. Uncertified news from independent and competent sources says that self-tourism is banned in Antarctica, that private and unauthorized flights over Antarctica are banned, and that independent researchers trying to explore Antarctica, such as the Norwegian Jarle Andhøy, B. October 23, 1977, and his crew were allegedly threatened with violence, arrested or even killed. According to these indications, the authorities are preparing a siege of humanity by placing military bases on the circular territory surrounding our planet called Antarctica, to prevent in the near future a mass emigration of people to new territories beyond Antarctica. The worst situation for the authorities is when the enslaved people leave the territory they control and emigrate to new territories because, in this case, the people who call themselves authorities will have to work themselves in order to what could be a disastrous situation for them could be maintained, given that they had never worked. The world's super-rich have already built their homes, new homes are under construction, on the new territories beyond Antarctica. They travel to these territories by means of missiles, airplanes and land transport. The RSRM equals reusable solid rocket motor and solid rocket boosters, with onboard crews built by NASA, consist of an orbital, which is actually an airplane, and tubes that contain solid fuel. These missiles are reusable. They are launched and rise to a very high altitude. The fuel pipes are disconnected and the so-called orbital, which is actually an airplane, flies with its own engines to the new territories. This can be seen from the fact that these rockets do not rise directly upwards to exit the Earth's atmosphere, but at some point bend downwards. Scientific authorities say the rockets are turning to follow the curvature of the Earth. The curvature of the Earth does not exist because the Earth is flat. The missiles turn to print the plane's direction to the new territories. Sometimes the world's super-rich want to move to new territories in Antarctica. Among other purposes, Antarctic bases serve as intermediate stations for transportation to new territories. The lords of the world reside in territories beyond Antarctica where there is excellent quality air, water and land. They don't care what happens here on our Earth. The world's super-rich use our planet as a surface and deep mine, from which they extract the raw materials they need with the help of humans and robots, and as a place of production. People are their slaves.